James here from Don't Come For Me podcast. It's been a very, very long time since I've done an episode. We are on season 2, episode 2, and it is only right that I have my special guest here. We've done a podcast before, great episode, a different topic, but this is a more fun, light topic, more important, but it's going to still be fun. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about laughing. We're going to just talk about what the importance is in the community. Please welcome to episode 2, Jessica. Jessica, tell the people hi.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me, James.
Of course. To be back. It is good to be back. It's good to have you back. Good to have you back. So today we're going to be talking about something a little bit more serious. We're going to be talking about life insurance.
Correct.
And what a lot of people don't know is that you and a friend of yours, Bridget, inspired me to get my life insurance license. Yeah. You both had it and you were doing well with it. And I know you have a why as to what got you into it. So let's jump right into it and tell the people how long you've been doing it. And really, most people think life insurance because the commission, you see social media and how much money people are making. Right. And a lot of companies say, go after 3 people and get 3 more people. And it can seem like multi-level marketing, but you have a different reason that you want to share with the community. So let's tell them about it.
That is correct. I mean, yes, let's begin there. The money is good. The commission is good,
right?
But that's not the main reason. It's part of the reason. Mainly was because of a situation or something that we experienced about 12 years back, and how things could have been a lot different for us.
Us being your family.
My children and myself. Okay. If I would have been protected, if I would have had an insurance policy, or if their father would have had an insurance policy in place, we wouldn't have gone through the struggles and the troubles and the trials, everything. It was very tough for many years to recover after that.
Now, really quickly, not to cut you off, I apologize. Tell the people how many children you have so they know the balance. Because some people will say, well, girl, you only got one child too. I mean, You look like you're 35, but please tell them. Oh, yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Anyway, so I am a mother of 4. Okay. I have 4 children. Right. They are now adults. Now they are adults, but they were not adults. So 12 years ago, their father passed away. And I've never openly spoken about this in a podcast or anywhere. Like, only if you're really close to me, then I will speak about it. Or when I'm talking to my clients and they're having trouble making the decision, because this is reality and it's the truth. And so 12 years ago, okay, let's start back before I get into that story.
Okay.
Before this, we're Hispanic. And in our community, unfortunately, we don't believe in, that's like signing your death sentence. Right. That's a bad omen.
Right.
That's bad luck. I don't want to think about it. We'll worry about it when we get there. Big mistake.
Correct.
I learned that, from firsthand experience, that was a really bad mistake. I didn't know. Someone did offer us life insurance, my children's father and myself, and we were looking at them like, y'all are crazy. You need to get out of our house. That's bad luck.
So you really thought it was bad luck?
Oh, absolutely. Your parents instill in you that you don't talk about death. You don't save for your death. You save for a vacation. You save for a quinceañera.
Buying a house.
Yeah, buy a house. You don't save for your death.
Right.
Until the time happens. And then everyone's over here selling tacos and tamales.
Having a barbecue.
To raise funds, which is really sad.
Right.
So when it did happen, and then this subject came up again a couple years after, not a couple years, but years after, it really got me thinking, if I would have had, or we would have had a policy in place, we wouldn't have experienced everything that we experienced. I'm not, a lot of people think, a lot of Hispanic men, and I apologize, I'm not speaking for everyone.
Right, we understand.
But many men that I have spoken to are like, why would I leave money behind for her so she can go, for her being their wife, if she's going to go and spend it on someone else, if she's going to spend this money on someone else? Well, maybe if you left the money behind, she wouldn't have to depend on anyone else or look for somebody else, and she can focus on raising her children, saving her home, instead of finding someone to bring in to help. Correct. With what you used to help with. Right. That's how I saw it.
No, that's true.
Or see it.
And the bad part is that even in the Black community, we face the same thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, we'll say, cremate me, or put me on the barbecue grill, or
whatever happens to me after doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's the mindset of people, the mindset of a husband. I don't think that automatically you're going to think, I don't want my wife or my widowed wife with another man. They're going to think that if you're really productive, and there is no perfect situation, but if you really have a good mindset, you're going to say, no, I want my children taken care of. I want my wife taken care of, and whatever she does is what she does, because I'm not going to be here anyway.
In the Hispanic community, it's very different. They're very proud. And I love my Mexican men. They're very hardworking men.
Very much so.
They're very, family oriented, but unfortunately, they do think like, I'm going to leave this money behind and they're going to go spend it. No, you don't. Instead of thinking that way, think, if I leave something in place for them where when, God forbid, something happens, they'll be able to take care of my children. They're going to be able to mourn me and not have to worry about, how am I going to bury him? Where am I going to get money from? How am I going to pay the mortgage? How am I going to pay the car? Won't have transportation to take the children to school, which was my case. I barely had any money for gas to take the kids to school. I barely made rent. I had groceries. I had back to school supplies. It was horrible. And the worst experience times 4. I had 4 kids. They were all in school. So if I could save someone or help someone make that decision to get a policy, even if it's the most affordable policy, just to have something where it gives you some time to think of what you're going to do next. That to me is so fulfilling. I will be at ease. I will be just, God forbid that time comes. It is going to come eventually. I'm going to be able to say, hey, this is what you have. This is what you can take to, the mortuary and pay your rent for your mortgage for the next couple, months till you figure out what's going to, it just gives you that peace of mind and to focus on your loved ones, while you're going through this.
And it gives you a peace of mind while you're alive. I know for me, I have a couple of policies. I have 2 children. And every day I just know, black and brown in any community at any point in time, whether it be from law enforcement, whether it be from the next person, whether it be from anything right now in this day and age, that I feel, I don't want to go sooner, obviously but I feel like if I did, then at least I know the children are taken care of. At least I know they're not at the local real estate office or on the corner with a car wash sign saying, hey, my daddy was a good man, posting, donate to James, and he was a good father. We don't want that. We want to be secure, and we want to be confident that and then not only that money helps them to make a decision if they want to save the house or sell it. Make a decision on if they want to go to college or start a business. That helps generations from now with a good amount of money, considering the fact that you can go to policy sometimes as low as $30 or $40.
Exactly. They don't have to make rush decisions. Well, now we have to sell the house. Or we're going to have to downgrade and move in with mom and dad with all of our kids, which is what I did. I had to move in with my mother, with my 4 children. I didn't have a backup plan. He was the sole provider, and I was raising the children. So you are left to start from scratch. From zero. There's nobody to go to say, hey, go ask your father for shoes for school. No, it was just all on me. And,
that's a tough burden to have.
A big burden. And you don't have time to process what actually happened, everything that happened. Because you're so worried about your children's mental health and you're trying to figure out how you're going to feed them tomorrow. And I feel like we never really got to mourn him or to grieve
the proper
way because it took us so long to be able to rest him, to lay him to rest. Because we were just, his family and us, we were just trying to do whatever we could
to get it together,
to get the money together. And then you just do the services that you can afford instead of sending him in a way that you think he deserved to go.
And that's the problem. A lot of the mortuaries are expensive. People don't understand, which I just found out getting into life insurance as well, is that not only do you have to have the burial, you have the Sprinter van, you have to buy your plot, you have to pay for them to even put them in the ground, which I thought was part of the services. No. That's a whole nother fee. And
there's so many costs.
There is.
So many costs that you don't even expect.
You get the plot,
everything.
Yes, you get the food afterwards. You had mentioned that your husband at the time, that you both looked at life insurance once, but then you came back to it the second time. The second time, how did no?
No, it was not a second time. So the first and only time.
Oh, the first and only time
was a friend of the family. My children were very, very young at the time, and this friend of the family called and said, "Hey, me and my husband want to come visit you." And my husband and I were like, at the time, we were like, want to visit us? Why do they want to visit us? They never visit us.
They never said anything about life insurance.
Never, but they wanted to visit.
They're trying to sell you, right?
So whatever, they clean the house, cook some dinner, have them over, and then they sit you down and they start talking about life insurance, and we're like, What?
Life insurance?
You came to sell us something and it's life insurance?
Out of all things, right.
get out of here. Right. Well, we didn't say that, obviously. Right. But we said we needed time to think about it. We didn't think about it.
Gotcha.
We just, out the door, once they left, we never talked about it again. We didn't speak about it. And that was it.
What could have changed? And I know you and your husband young, you said children were young. What could have changed the mindset of both you and your husband at that time? Could have been your parents, could have been seeing more information on the internet. What could have made you say, you know what, honey, maybe we should consider this? Yeah. What could have took that conversation a little bit further, do you think, that you can get to people now that you're in the business?
That's actually such a great question, because I think now, if him and I, if he were still alive and we were together and someone would approach us about life insurance, I think we would consider it now, or at least I know I would, because of everything that happened during COVID, so many losses and GoFundMes and fundraisers, and, you know, maybe now I would say, okay, let me consider this. Let me look into this a little bit more. At that time, thankfully, as a child, yes, I experienced a lot of death in the family, but you're the child. You're not talking finances. You're letting the adults handle it. You're just, my uncle died or my grandpa died. You're not listening to the,
how we want to bury them.
No, we're not.
You have no clue how they even buried them, and there's a cost.
At that time, I guess him and I hadn't experienced any deaths in the family, anyone close to us. So we didn't have that on our radar. It just, thankfully at that time, everything was good.
Right. And that's how it always, that's how it always is. Everything is good until it's not.
Until it's not.
And that's the issue.
And these past couple of years, not just myself, I've so many friends, relatives that we've lost.
Right.
It's insane. Or maybe because we're getting older, it could be that too, that everybody, a lot of people are passing, getting sick, and you wish that they'd listen to you. It's not just about a sale. Yeah, everything, everywhere you go is a sale. Everywhere you go, you're going to spend money. But why not spend it on peace of mind?
That's true.
Why not spend it on, you're going to sleep easy. Something happens to you, you're covered. Your family is covered. Your family, your children.
Right.
Why would you not want to protect them?
And people always say we love our children. Well, show that love with action. Love. Yeah, or we say we love our wife or our fiance or our girlfriend. Like, okay, if you say you love me, love is an action word. Show me that you love me.
Show me that.
Because you could talk it all day, and that makes a difference. Do you think that your parents or your cousins or your aunties or your uncles or your friends, if they were a little bit more educated, that would have helped you to make a better decision back then?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But back then you mentioned buying a plot. That was the most they knew about securing their death. Oh, maybe we should buy a plot. Okay, but just the plot? What about everything else?
Right.
But my family, not really, even though we had experienced, like I said, a lot of deaths when I was a child. Nobody ever talked to us about it. And when they did, we didn't want to hear about it.
Okay.
Sadly.
So you've raised 4 children, 3 boys, 1 girl. You are an excellent mom.
Thank you.
There is no perfect parent. We all go through struggles.
Absolutely.
However, the fact that one of the things I always admire you about is you have 3 boys.
Yes.
Boys never been to jail, never been in trouble. I mean, light trouble is just boys.
Yeah,
I'm saying nothing as far as heavy trouble as far as law enforcement. They are very respectful. They love you. They love their sister. They love their auntie. I mean, I've been around the family and just see the love and admiration they have for you. And I just want to say, as a single mom, I really admire that about you. You're doing a great job. I think we don't acknowledge that a lot in our communities, and keep it up. Even your daughter, she's great, very funny and witty, but she does a great job. So I'm saying that to say that parents don't always have a group of children, 1, that are close like that, and 2, that are doing well, and you do a great job.
I appreciate
so let me say that.
Thank you. It means a lot.
Very much so. Now, moving forward, you get your license, you get into the business. We talked about commission briefly because you hear it everywhere, from the radio to the internet. But outside of that, and here's the reality, people, we have to make money. Everybody who works a job has to make money, whether you work at Target, a car dealership, whether you're corporate. Exactly. Yeah. But to have a sense of purpose helps it when you make money. So tell the people about your purpose. We know your why with the family, but what's your purpose and what do you want to let them know as to why you're doing this?
So being a parent of 4, right? Single parent of 4 at the time. I think because they're adults now. I had a 40-hour, clock in, clock out job. I still wasn't making ends meet.
Right.
I was still struggling. I was always doing something on the side, whether it was selling food or, helping my mom at the laundromat so that she can pay me a little bit of money on the side, whatever it was. Someone actually brought it up and approached me and said, hey, Bridget. We were talking about my friend
Bridget.
You know,
Shout
life
out
insurance.
to Bridget.
And that's when it clicked. And I said, are you kidding me? Life insurance? Sign me up.
Right.
I wish I would have had it.
Right.
I wish I would have had it at the time. It would have saved me so much pain and trouble and struggle. So I knew I can make some money. But not only that, I can help somebody. If I can help that one mother, which that was my first sale.
A mother.
I bought some leads and I was making some calls.
Nice.
So many rejections because even though they send in an inquiry, they want information.
Right.
They hang up on you. We don't have the time right now. And you still keep doing it. It's okay. You know, you're going to be sitting there watching Netflix. Might as well make some calls.
Exactly.
Right. And I finally got an answer. She gave me some time. I said, look, when she was going to hang up on me, just tell me why you submitted the inquiry. Why you wanted me to contact. That's all. I'm not going to sell you anything. I'm just curious as to why you submitted this. She said, well, because I'm a single mother of 3 children. And I'm afraid, and I live with my brother. And I'm afraid that if something happens to me, my kids are going to be on the street, or my brother's not going to be able to afford to take care of them. So she wanted to buy the policy for her brother to be the owner of the policy so that he can
help the children.
I said, so you're telling me you're going to hang up on me right now? And that's when I said, I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story. And I'm not telling you to sell you. I'm telling you because it's a reality. This happened to me. I wasn't in your shoes one day, but nothing happened. I didn't at that time.
Right.
Yeah. And I sat there and we talked about it. And I think we both cried. I was like my first new sale. I got really emotional.
Right. It makes a difference.
Because you relate.
It shows the passion. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're not just looking at a check.
No.
You're looking at that person's well-being.
If I can save your kids from going through what my kids and I went through.
Right.
I'm going to do that today. I will get you the most affordable policy, at least so you can sleep at night. And I think it was like a $10,000 policy that she bought, like a term,
a final expense.
A term policy. Okay. Yeah. And she bought, it was like for 10 grand. She was paying like $30 or $27 a month.
Nice.
She was so happy when I said, and you're going to sleep so comfortable because even if it's only 10 grand to you, it's 10 grand that's going to help your brother. Give them at least a little bit of time to decide what to do.
To figure something out. See, it's easy when you have a $5, $10, $15, $20,000, but when you add zero and then the coroner's calling, so you got to come get the body. If you stay here long, and different counties are different, but I know some counties, if you hold it so long, we have to charge you. I mean, it's just so many different things.
Let me tell you.
Please.
Let me tell you a story.
Okay.
Not a story. This is what happened when we were laying my children's father to rest. I got news because I didn't have the headspace to sit and decide color coordinating, anything like that. Okay. I didn't, I got the word from my son, like, hey, Mom, I heard that my uncles and my aunties from my dad's side, they're going to all dress in blue. And, well, we would like to dress in blue as well for my dad and my stomach just sank because I thought, where in the world am I going to get money to buy all 3 of my boys blue shirts and Kaylee a blue dress? And instead of thinking, yes, honey, that's what we're going to do because that's how you want to honor your father. You want to dress real nice for his funeral. That wasn't even in your radar. Mind. It wasn't anywhere. That was the last of my, So I had that to worry about. And my sister had a boutique in Maywood. And she put a little donation box.
Nice.
In her shop.
Okay.
And I think she gathered like $60 or something. I forget how much. But she handed it, she goes, I know it's not a lot, but it's something. And I said, I'm going to go buy these guys the shirts, at least the shirts with this. I'll be able to. And you see what I mean? Why? Even because a funeral is not just about putting you in the ground. No, it's the whole
coordination.
Thing.
Yes, it is.
Yes, you want to dress a certain way to pay your respects to that person. You want to make sure that you have food for your children. You want to make sure you serve the people that come and, say goodbye for the last time. It's just so many things that come into play, when it comes to somebody passing away.
It makes a difference.
That peace of mind.
Absolutely. And there's so many different, so let's get into a little bit of the products. So many different products out there. You have term, you have term with living benefits, you have final expense, you have IULs. There's so many different aspects of life insurance. And not only that, I think what people miss, Jess, is that life insurance is not only for when you pass away.
No, it's not.
It's really for when you're living. You can use it while you're here. Yeah,
Absolutely.
You can use it while you're here, and that makes a difference. And
you might have a policy that has a rider that if you happen to get sick, it pays you out so that you can, take care and get treatment while, you're not going to be able to work. So you have a policy that's going to pay you in the meantime. There are so many different policies. It's not just about when you pass away. Just in this case, we're bringing up the most important one for now. But there are so many different, that we can get into. We can make like a special one just for IULs.
Yes.
That's,
living benefits.
The mortgage protection.
Mortgage protection is good too.
Mortgage protection. Yeah. What if something happens to you and you want to make sure that your mortgage is taken care of so that your children are always going to be secured? You get that policy. The house gets paid and they don't have to go anywhere or move in with grandma. They stay in their home, And
not only that, they have time to figure out if they even want to sell the house.
If they even want to keep
it, they can do whatever they want to do.
It's not a rash decision.
Exactly. You have to worry about the house going into foreclosure, somebody knocking on your door, all these different things. Like you said, when you're trying to coordinate a funeral service, it's a lot.
Or maybe you just want the final expense.
That's true. Just to cover the final expenses.
This is what I want in my funeral. This is what I want. So I'm calculating it's going to be $25,000. Just put a number out there.
Simple.
But I also want a little bit extra for my family. So I'm going to get a $45,000 policy just to give them a little wiggle room. You can do that as well. There are so many options.
It is.
And such affordable options. You just have to take the time. Take 20, 30 minutes. It's just jump on a Zoom call, even through text. A lot of my are start through text.
Okay.
And then when they hear what they want to hear, because they're okay, yeah, this is good, then we'll jump on a call. Because now the communication is through text. It's that easy, guys. You can send a DM to either of us, a text. We'll answer all of your questions. And if you decide it works for you, it's so easy. A lot of them don't even require medical exams. Right. Just a questionnaire. Everything is done online.
Correct.
And you're covered and you sleep
so much better. It's such a peace of mind. And you may not feel like it. And not only that, if we look at the most common items that we purchase every day, from coffee to fast food to clothes to junk food, snack. Look, I wouldn't buy snack.
Kelly and I go to McDonald's, just her and I. And I'm like, we're just going to get like the basic combo.
Right.
It's almost like $30-something for a combo. Easy. Every time we go quite a few times a month.
Quite often.
And the coffee is like $6 each, like for what she likes and what I like. We spend a good $18-20 every time we go to Starbucks.
Right.
That's going to cost you once a month.
Yeah, that's easy. I went and got snacks for today, and I added it all up. I got snacks, I think a rug, and something else. Oh, yeah, I did. The pizza was $52 by itself. Just the pizza.
And you order pizza more than once a month. You know you do.
No.
Not you.
Yeah, the people. Right. But not only that, the snacks just before the pizza, it was like $24, and you can literally get a policy for $24.
You can.
And the great part about life insurance is that you can start small. Then you can add it. You may get married. You may get a bigger mortgage. You may have more children.
You add more to it.
You can add more to it. And you can change your policy as well.
Don't leave out the important part.
Right.
The older we get,
the more it costs.
The more expensive it is. So if you keep waiting.
Right.
But once you hit your 40s, that policy is not going to be
$27,
$37.
Not at all.
It's going to be a little bit more. Or it also depends a lot on your health history.
Yes.
So if you're there, but you're still in good, in good health and you're in your 40s, call me now. Right. Let's get you protected now for a decent price. Once you hit your 50s, you can still get it. It's just going to cost you a little bit more.
Right.
Just remember, the older we are, the more expensive it gets.
That is true. And at the end of the day, getting a quote doesn't hurt you. You get quotes on when you go to buy a house, you get a quote from your real estate agent or your mortgage lender. Exactly. When you go to buy a car, you go online and you get a quote. When you get car insurance, and let's just go through some of the things that people have insured that aren't even that more important.
They're material things.
The house, the car, the cell phone.
Cell phone. You have insurance on your cell phone.
Are you kidding me?
You're not going to insure your life.
You just got the iPhone 17 and you're not going to get you a policy?
No.
Which will pay less. If you finance the phone, you would actually pay similar or less than you financing the iPhone. And the iPhone's not going to do nothing when you pass away.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Everybody's going to be trying to get into it.
Exactly.
It's going to happen.
What happened? Give me that. You're going to be laying there and trying to open your eyelids. Right. Exactly.
But your phone's insured. But
Not you. Yeah. You can get jewelry insured. They insure movie sets, actors, actresses.
Why wouldn't you insure your life? The most precious and valuable thing.
The most important thing that you can do is getting life insurance. Let me ask you this. Do you think, because I hear this quite often before we go, young adults, 17, 18, 19, 20, what would you say to someone that age when they say, well, I'm healthy, I'm young, I'm not dying no time soon?
That's the reason why you should get it. You got a mama you love? You have little siblings that you want to take care of? You want them to be better than you, right? Or left in a better position than you. I know I do.
Correct.
So get a quote. Doesn't hurt. I know you spend more out at the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Going to clubs, going to parties, going to the movies and getting some popcorn.
Movies is so expensive. Yeah. For your 18 to your mid-20s, early 30s,
right?
It's not going to cost you a lot.
Not
$50 a month. auto draft from your account. You're not even thinking about it. And guess what? You have that peace of mind.
Yes.
And if you get an IUL or a whole life, it's going to build some cash value. We can get into that in another podcast.
Right.
And you're saving your own bank for the future. Like I said, we'll get into that.
Right. We have a few more episodes.
So many benefits to this.
It is. And we want to bring education to the community. Because like you said, had you had some people around you talking about it, you would be more familiar.
Absolutely.
And that makes a big difference to everyone involved. And we want to educate you to have the conversation. Even if you don't use us, have a conversation. Talk about it. Look into it. Google it. AI it. YouTube it, TikTok it, because at the end of the day, you're going to see that it's beneficial and it's something that you need to have.
Ask ChatGPT. Don't ask about how you should respond to your boyfriend through text. Ask them, is it important to get life insurance?
Talks about that?
You can ask them. People use it for therapy. Use it for life insurance. Ask them how important it is, and even they're going to tell you.
And here's another thing also I want to talk about. A lot of my clients lately, I've had a lot of mothers who have gotten policies for their children and their grandchildren. And that's an option. So if you already have life insurance and you want to get something for your mother, your father, they're a little bit older, they have final expense. They have, you can be the payer on someone else's policy. You have to sign off on it, verify it, but that's an option for you too. If they don't want to get it, but they're willing to sign, help them out and get it for them to protect them. Because it'll be better to have some money starting off than starting off at zero.
Absolutely.
It makes a big difference. Better than zero. 100%. With that being said, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, James.
No, thank you for
some awareness in the community.
Yes.
I really hope you sit and think about it. Like James said, you don't have to use us.
No,
I hope that you do.
Yes, we do.
We hope that you do.
Yes.
But as long as you cover yourself, and if we find out that somebody got coverage,
that's most important.
Brings us peace of mind. Because there's no reason for GoFundMe's.
No.
We shouldn't do that to our relatives.
You shouldn't be standing in the middle of an island with a sign up and that person's picture. How do you even pay homage when sometimes people, I see
and
people.
And now you can't believe any. You don't believe anybody. You know who's being honest,
who's not being honest.
And why are you standing in the island? You're going to get hit yourself.
Exactly. No. Sometimes I see those people in the island, they have shoes more expensive than it would cost for policy. Like, what the hell?
Exactly.
Come on. There's just so many things that you can look at and supplement your income. If we go to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, your Amazon Prime is almost $16 to $20 a month. And I know you don't have
just one subscription.
Right.
You have multiple.
Exactly. Your cable bill. So
if you can provide Disney Channel subscription for your child, you can provide them with a policy.
Yes, you can. And if you can buy some Louis Vuitton and Gucci, not saying that you don't deserve it, get what you want to get, live your life, but also protect your life while you're doing it in the meantime.
Absolutely.
With that being said, thank you. Until the next podcast, we'll bring some more information. We'll talk about some other products for the people to let them know. And I'm extremely proud of you for not only looking at where you came from, but coming here to the next level and helping people, being focused and not letting the pain that you went through with your family just shut you down and saying to hell with it, but actually finding a purpose in the pain and moving forward and communicating that to the community. That is awesome.
Thank you, James.
You're very welcome. All right. Until the next time, have a good one.